into multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Now, you guys are doing fine whenever we are just multiplying two fractions. So let's just kind of review. Let's do 3/4 and 1/2. So you're going to multiply your numerators, or your top numbers, then you're going to multiply your denominators. Now, unlike with addition and subtraction of fractions, when you're multiplying and later on dividing, you do not need to have like denominators. So these are actually a little bit easier. So we're going to do 3 times 1 is 3, and then 4 times 2 is 8. Now, you are going to be required to simplify, and a lot of you are forgetting this step. So we're going to look here. Our answer is 3/8. We're going to ask ourselves, is this in simplest form? And this one happens to be. So we are done. We move on. Alright, so now let's go a little bit farther, and let's add a mixed number in. So we're going to do 3.5 times 1/3. Alright, so our 1/3 we leave alone. We don't worry about it. Our 3 and 1/2, we have to make an improper fraction. So we're going to do that. So we are going to multiply 3 times 2 and add 1. That gives us 7. Now, for our denominator, we're going to use the original one, and that's 2. So our new problem is 7 over 2 times 1/3. So we're going to multiply 7 times 1, 7, and 2 times 3 is 6. Now, we're going to ask ourselves, is this okay? Are we in simplest form? Now, a lot of you are thinking yes, because there's nothing that 6 and 7 are made up of. But our numerator is bigger than our denominator, and that's not okay, so we have to change that over. So we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 6 go into 7? Once. Alright? How many do we have left over? 1. And our denominator stays the same. So our answer is 1 and 1/6. Alright, so let's try another one. Let's do 1/9 times 5 and 1/3. So once again, our 1/9 we're going to leave alone, but our 5 and 1/3 we're going to have to change that over. So we're going to multiply 3 times 5, 15, plus 1 more, 16. So it's going to be 16 over 3. Now we're going to multiply that by 1/9. So 16 times 1, 16. 9 times 3, 27. Now, are we in simplest form? Yes. Do we have an improper fraction? No. So our answer is 16 over 27. We're done, and we move on. Okay? Alright, so this is going to bring us into multiplying mixed numbers. And we're going to do some with whole numbers, and then we're going to do 2 mixed numbers. So let's start out with our whole number. So we have 6 times 3 and 1/6. So like we did before, you are going to have to convert 3 and 1/6 to an improper fraction. So we're going to do 3 times 6, 18, plus 1, 19. So 19 over 6. Now for our 6, I'm going to stick that 1 under here, like we talked about in class. And the reason you do this, it's not required, but I know a lot of you, if you don't have a number for your denominator, you're going to multiply both your numerator and denominator by 6, and we don't want that. Alright, so 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 19 is 114. Now we are in an improper fraction that doesn't work, and so whenever we simplify this, we get plain old 19. Alright, so let's do one more with a whole number. So let's do 9 times 1 2/3. So we're going to change 1 2/3 over. So 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 more is 5 over 3. So we do 9, stick that 1 under, and then we'll bring our 5 and over 3 down. So 9 times 5, 45. 1 times 3, 3. Can't leave it like that. So we're going to divide 45 by 3, and it goes in evenly, and we get 15. Okay. Change them both over. So let's do 8 2/3 first. So 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 more is 26 over 3. 2 1/2. Change it over. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1 more, 5 over 2. So we're going to multiply. Alright, so now we're going to multiply 26 over 3 times 5 over 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 26 times 5 is 130. And when we work that out, we should get 21 2/3. Okay? Sorry for the delay here. I lost my place in the book. Alright, so that's how you do mixed number. So let's do one more. Let's do 6 1/8 times 2 2/7. So we're going to change them both over. So 6 1/8. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 1, 49 over 8. 2 2/7. Should be 16 over 7. So we're going to multiply. 56